How are you doing? Welcome to another video. Today, before introducing a book, I want to tell you a story. It's about a professor who used to teach philosophy many years ago. This professor noticed something in his classes. He realized that although the students seemed to understand the material, they didn't truly grasp the sense of it. So he started searching for a comprehensive and reliable source to recommend to them. But since the professor himself had once been a seeker of knowledge and had gone through almost all the available sources, he couldn't find the one he was looking for. One day, when he woke up, a thought crossed his mind. Why shouldn't I be that source? Why shouldn't I be the one to meet this need? So he picked up his pen and created one of the masterpieces of literature, a complete summary of 3,000 years of deep thinking. The great thing about this book is that even if your field of study, your job, or your everyday life has nothing to do with philosophy, as long as you wish someone like a friend would sit beside you and talk to you about philosophy, then you are the audience this book was written for. You might ask how come? Because this book tells the story of a 15-year-old girl named Sophie. At first, it was actually written for teenagers, but it turned out to be such a brilliant book that it ended up capturing the attention of adults too. I think most of us, before we had even a basic understanding of philosophy, used to find the word itself kind of mysterious and complicated. Personally, whenever I heard people say philosophy is the mother of all sciences, I just turned into a big question mark. Until I got to know Sophie's word and finally began to understand what philosophy actually is. Let me put it simply. Back in the time of Socrates, Aristotle, and Plato, the people we usually associate with philosophy, life wasn't like today. Things weren't as accessible and science wasn't as advanced as it is now. But the spark of sciences like biology, physics, mathematics, and chemistry actually started back then. It all began when some people who were just a little more curious and thoughtful than the rest start noticing certain patterns and changes in the world around them. They began calculating, experimenting, and laying the foundation for sciences that we still benefit from today. In a way, you could say that philosophers were the scientists of their time, but with one key difference. Scientists mostly deal with facts, formula, and things can be measured. But philosophers explore abstract ideas like the human soul, the meaning of life, and what it means to truly exist. And what this book does beautifully is tell the entire story of philosophy from its very beginning with Socrates all the way to modern time, like a tale in journey through time. But there is something I personally want to add to this whole discussion, something that's not in the book, but I think it's worth knowing before you start reading it. Did you know that Socrates, father of philosophy, actually learned philosophy from a non-Athenian woman named Specia? Yeah, Specia was known for her intelligence and sharp mind. Actually, she was a respected figure in the political and intellectual circle of her time. So, yeah, the man who's considered the father of philosophy was taught by a woman. Isn't it beautiful? Girls, don't you ever underestimate yourself. As you probably gathered from what I shared so far, Sophie's Word is the story of a girl named Sophie. Sophie is about to turn 15 when one day, on her way back from school, she finds a letter in the mailbox. Thinking it's from her father, she takes it home. But the handwriting isn't her dad's, so who could it be from? The letter was addressed to Sophie. She opens it and finds just one sentence, or rather, one question. Who are you? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Tell me, who are you? When you ask most people this, they start by telling their age, their job, but those aren't the real answer to that question. Let me ask again. Who are you really? At first, Sophie thinks it's a mistake or someone playing a joke on her. But after a while, she takes it seriously and begins searching for the answer. The more answers she finds, the more questions arise. And surely some of those questions and answers are your own too. And so, along with Sophie's question and answer, you embark on a journey into the world of philosophy. I can confidently say that this book is the best choice for anyone who wants to learn philosophy through a beautiful and engaging story. So, if you want to read just one book about what philosophy is, how it came to be, and how it has influenced society, religion, politics, art, and culture, my recommendation is this book. I give it a 5 out of 5. If I want to share my personal experience of reading this book, I can say that after finishing it, philosophy no longer felt like a big complicated subject to me, and it answered all my questions about it. And as I always tell to you, when choosing a book, never rely on just one person's opinion. Reading book is a matter of taste, just like watching movies. So to make sure you're picking the right book for you, always check out different opinions. And by leaving a comment, you help others read your opinion and make their choice easier. Thank you for staying with me through this video. Take care of yourself and remember, no one in the world cares about you as much as you do. So keep reading books and keep taking care of yourself. Mwah! Be safe. Bye bye.